Do you know that statistics prove that if you are classically, technically better looking, you're going to make a lot more money?
Society treats you better if you're considered hot. There's tons of studies that support the fact that pretty people have an edge in society. Attractive people are paid more.
And did you also know that if you are not as attractive as someone else, you won't get away with what other people get away with?
I think if the unattractive guys tried to do the things that attractive guys did to girls, they would be called out for harassment. But if an attractive guy did what unattractive guys did, it would be considered cute.
That's right. Today we're talking about pretty privilege. So if you're ready, let's get going. It's no secret that in a general sense, psychologically, we tend to be kinder to people that we find attractive than we are to people that we don't find attractive. Even though we always talk about being altruistic and looking past people's appearance, it's not true. Look at this article from Forbes magazine. Attractive people have an advantage in the job search and in advancing their careers. A Harvard study previously confirmed workers of above average beauty earn about 10 to 15% more than workers of below average beauty. But it's not only in the job market. Have you ever wondered why when the boss of a corporation says something, everyone laughs? Or if someone who is really rich says something kind of dumb, everyone still pretends it's the greatest thing they've ever heard?
My friend is saying I should post hard drive memes and declare that I made it myself.
I made it myself. Wow.
We all have a cognitive bias where we want people that we find attractive or important to like us. This is why you laugh when the boss tells dumb jokes. Some people don't understand why it is that unattractive people can do something and someone will find it very offensive. Whereas if someone who's attractive does the exact same thing, all of a sudden it's cute.
Woo! You were handcrafted by Lord himself.
Now, women forever have been judged on their appearance and have been given privileges based on what they look like, but it happens to men as well.
If you look good, a simple hey is gonna do the job. It's gonna be considered smooth. If you look less good, a simple hey is gonna be considered harassment.
Men, this is important for you to know. You and someone else can do the exact same thing. The key is the same behavior will be perceived positively or negatively as a consequence of the woman's level of attraction for you. If a guy that looks like Ryan Gosling or Chris Hemsworth or Henry Cavill were to come up to a woman and say or do something kind of silly, they would think it was the cutest thing in the world. But if some local homeless guy came up and said exactly the same thing, they would find it offensive and want him to leave them alone as quickly as possible. So for many years, this has been something that we only conceive of happening to women. And women do bear an extremely heavy cross in that they are constantly judged on their appearance, much less on their capabilities. So if a beautiful woman says something, guys fall all over themselves to laugh and to pretend it was the greatest thing they've ever heard. But if someone who is not attractive says something, they're just ignored. So pretty privilege is actually very common, even though most people don't realize it. So look in the mirror. Are you average looking? Are you below average looking? Or do you consider yourself to be very attractive? Now measure that against how people treat you, how they speak to you, how they look at you. Do you notice a difference between you and somebody else? These are the kind of things we rarely think about because they happen every single day. So if you're still here, do me a favor, click on one of these other videos. I'll be back in the next one very soon. See you then.